Hello, listeners, and welcome to the Coffee View. Today, I am thrilled to share a remarkable story of two young American Liberians. And yes, my story today is about two young American Liberians. Kim passed away in Bobo Somerville, whose commitment to Liberia shines like a beacon of hope for all Liberians, youth in Liberia or studying abroad. Kima and Bobo both were born in the United States to Liberian families who sought refuge from the horrors of the Liberian Civil War. Needless to say, Kima and Bobo enjoy a comfortable life with every opportunity at their fingertips in the United States. But here's a twist. They have chosen to leave all that behind, trailing their security and successes they have earned in the United States for a chance to go to Liberia, a land still healing from its past, to make a difference. This isn't just about patriotism or nicotasia. It's a story of profound courage and love for a nation they have never seen. Today, we will first of all dive into the inspiring motivation driving these remarkable individuals to dedicate themselves to Liberia. Many of their motivations have been shaped by powerful forces, be it memories of Liberia's rich cultural heritage, a sense of duty to rebuild Liberia after years of civil war, or simply the yearning to give back to the country that formed the heart of their identity. Like Kima and Bobo, every young Liberian must carry a unique vision, a blueprint for a brighter Liberia that can take shape through their contributions. These visions range from enhancing educational access to fostering entrepreneurial adventure, promoting sustainable agricultural practices, and revitalizing Liberian arts and culture. Better still, creating a safe, inclusive space for all Liberians to thrive. At the core of their mission lies an unwavering conviction, the belief that every young Liberian has the power and potential to be a transformative force in Liberia. Kima and Bobo understand that Liberia's future is not only shaped by policymakers or institutions, but also by the youth or individuals who are committed to bringing positive social changes to their communities and across Liberia. This conviction is what is needed to serve as a prime mover to overcome challenges, to innovate, and find creative solutions in the face of limited resources in Liberia. More so, to serve as role model for youth across Liberia. Throughout today's exploration, we will examine how these motivations and visions are turning dreams into actions, contributing to Liberia's journey from recovery to resilience. We will highlight the stories of two young American Liberians who are making their marks, the challenges they face, and the impact they hope to create, not just for themselves, but for Liberia's generations to come. I'm glad to say that their dedication reflects a powerful truth. The Liberian transformation is achievable and begins with each step taken by you, the youth of Liberia. Let's now discuss Kima Pass Away and Bobo Somerville stories. Kima and Bobo Somerville, their path crossed unexpectedly one sunny fall day on the campus of Rutgers University in New Jersey. They were both young medical students, came up with passions for cardiology, and both were driven by an interest in immunology. A shared class assignment led to their first conversation, and soon they found that they had much more in common than academic pursuits. Both had Liberian roots. Both had parents who had fled to the United States as refugees escaping the Liberian Civil War. Bubba and Kima families arrived in the United States through New Jersey via the United Nations Resettlement Program. Grateful for their safely, but forever carrying a piece of Liberia in their house. For me personally, every waking movement, I carry a piece of Liberia in my heart. Despite being born in the United States, Kima and Bobo had grown up listening to stories of Liberia torn apart by conflict, but blessed with beauty and resilience. I should like to step aside for Kima and Bobo's story for a minute and talk to you about the beauty of Liberia. But also the beaches in Maryland and the beaches in Cape Counties. The unspoiled beauty of Fishtown, Maryland, and Grand Cape Counties. This shows, it is recorded, that Liberia coastlines holds some of West Africa's most breathtaking undiscovered treasures. And the beaches of Fishtown in Maryland County and Grand Cape County showcase the beauty that feels almost otherworldly. In Fishtown, Maryland County, the beaches are the blend of golden sands that stretch as far as the eye can see, kissed by the sparkling water of the Atlantic Ocean. Here waves break gently against the shore, creating a rhythm and calming symphony that soothes the spirit. If you observe carefully, palm tree sways in the breeze, providing natural shades for visitors and tourists, while the occasional fishing boats. That's the show. The horizon, adding a touch of local culture to the serene landscape. The beaches are remote and unspoiled, offering a peacetime escape where nature still reigns supreme. Over in Grand Cape County, the beaches are equally stunning, with powdery white sands and deep turquoise water that seem to blend seamlessly into the sky. Known for its towering cliff and lush green landscape and the coastline of Grand Cape County is a paradise for explorers and visitors. Robertsport, the capital of Grand Cape County, boasts of some of the best surf in Liberia, and one can argue even in the world. The lush vegetation provides a striking contrast to the bright sand, and the sunset pins the sky in color of orange, pink, and purples, casting a magical glow over the ocean. Both regions, the beaches of Maryland and Cape Montgomery, offers not just natural beauty, but a sense of resilience and tranquility, making them a testimony to Liberia's enduring allure. Despite the scars of war, the beaches of Fishtown and Grand Cape Montgomery remain untouched sanctuary, reminding the Liberian youth and visitors of the country's boundless potential and the quiet strength of a landscape. On these beaches, you can find peace, adventure, and a timeless connection to Liberia's heart and soul. We did mention that Liberia was blessed with beauty and resilience. Let us review from the lens of the young Liberian who wants to return to Liberia. But first of all, I would like to say this. Personally speaking, I place a high value on the truth and transparency. To me, honesty is not just an essential virtue, but it's the only policy. This platform, Caviar View, is committed to encouraging Liberian youth to return home. That being said, I must be earnest with you. Therefore, I would like to outline some of the challenges you may encounter and provide you with the skills you need to overcome those challenges. For example, a returning youth needs a resilient mindset is encouraged. I'm going to rephrase that. A resilient mindset is about courage, adaptability, and optimism. For Liberian youth with resilient mindset is essential. They are the one who will take on the tough work of rebuilding, and doing so inspire others to believe that Liberia's best days are still ahead. A resilient mindset is essential for Liberian youth who are considering to return to Liberia to play an active role in Liberia's rebuilding and developmental effort. After years of conflict, the country faces challenges that require dedication, that require adaptability and inner strength. By adopting a resilience, young Liberians can overcome setbacks, face difficult conditions like no light, no water, no this, and maintain a long-term vision for the betterment of our beloved homeland. This mindset empowers you, the youth of Liberia, not only to persevere through personal and professional challenges, but also to inspire your peers, your neighborhood, your community, and all the youth across Liberia. This effort will drive change in education. Your effort will drive change in infrastructure. Your effort will drive change in healthcare and economic growth. Ultimately, resilient youth returning to Liberia must embody hope and enthusiasm as the vital instrument to creating a stable, thriving future for the Republic of Liberia. Now we have a deeper understanding of the motivation behind Kiban and Bubba's action. Let's get back to the story. Kiban, first of all, I would like to say this. We as parents must speak kindly and honestly about Liberia to our children. Whether you are living in Liberia or living abroad, I would like to repeat this again. And you understand this as a story of Bobo and Kima continues. We as parents must speak kindly and earnestly about Liberia to our children, whether we are living in America, Liberia, or anywhere else in the world. Kima and Bobo's parents told them tales of bustling markets, coastal villages, vibrant music, and the strength of a determined people to rebuild. As a year passed, Kima and Bubba grew closer, eventually falling in love and getting married. Together, they dreamed of creating a meaningful future, not only for themselves, but for Liberia. They raised four beautiful children, instilling in them a love for both the American home and the Liberian heritage. The children learn about Liberian history and culture from their parents. Get this, embracing connection to a country they have never seen. That is why it is important for us to tell our children about Liberia. Not only the bad stuff, but also the good ones. Yet, no matter how successful the lives were in Latin America, Kima and Bubba felt a pull, an almost unexpected desire to go back to Liberia. They knew that America's skills could save the lives and help build a healthcare system still recovering from the war's impact. Kima, with her specialized training in cardiology, hoped to bring advanced cardiac care to Liberia, where heart disease is an increasing common issue today. Bubba specialized in immunology, envisioned a future where Liberia's healthcare system could better combat infectious diseases, especially with limited resources. Together, they dream of building clinics across Liberia, starting with Monrovia, Banga, and Kipanos, to serve people from all walks of life, ensuring that Liberians could access high quality health care without leaving the country. As they prepare to come to Liberia, they face difficult questions from friends and some family members as well. Why give up a comfortable life in America to go to a place you have never been before? They were asked. Why take your children to a country still gripping with the past? But for Bao and Kima, their answer was simple. Three words. Liberia needs us. They responded. And they were determined to give their children a deeper understanding of their heritage. Their proposed journey to Liberia was about not just a medical mission, it was about identity. Identifying themselves with Liberia, having their children identify themselves with Liberia. Social responsibility to a call to action to help your country in time of need, and a hope for all Liberians. They knew could set on example for Liberian youth, showing that returning home is not just a setback, but a step forward. Now let's dive into the story of Kima and Boba Somerville. It all started with a chance meeting at Rutgers University classroom in New Jersey. Kima passed away and Boba Somerville were just two ambitious medical students in New Jersey. Both focused on their studies and ambitions of dreaming a career in healthcare. But when they found themselves assigned to the same group in an anatomy class, they struck up a conversation and quickly discovered something extraordinary. They have more in common than they have actually imagined. Both Kima and Baba parents had fled the Liberian Civil War before they were born, and both had settled in the United States through the United Nations Resettlement Program. The stories their parents told them about Liberia were vivid but painful. Memories of a beautiful country ripped apart by conflict, loved one left behind, and hope for peace that never quite seemed to come true. Yet, both of them had grown up with a quiet love for the distant place they have never seen, a homeland they knew only through the eyes of their parents. As they continued through medical school, Kima decided she would specialize in cardiology, inspired by a desire to address the high rates of heart diseases that is affecting a large portion of the Liberian population today. Baba, on the other hand, was drawn to immunology, fascinated by how diseases spread and how a resilient country like Liberia could combat them. Together, they knew they could build something special, something that would save lives and bring hope across Liberia. After years of grueling studies, late night shifts, and endless exams, Kima and Baba graduated and got married, committed not only to each other, but also a shared vision for their future, and more so, Liberia. They'll build a life together, welcoming four beautiful children, and explain to them the importance of Liberia, a place they wanted to see and serve. For Kima and Bobo, coming to Liberia was not just an option, it was a calling. They wanted the children to see the culture their grandparents came from, to experience the warmth and strength and spirit of Liberia firsthand. Kima and Baba had a decision. They would take their medical experiences, their children, and their commitment to Liberia. And they would be coming to a country their grandparent had left decades ago. They envisioned building a clinic that would serve not only the city of Monrovia, but also all rural communities in all the counties across Liberia, where medical services were scarce. With Kima cardiology expertise and Baba focus on immunology, they hope to address pressing healthcare challenges in Liberia, treating heart diseases and preventing the spread of infectious disease and building a healthy, stronger Liberia. More than just building a clinic, they want to they want to set an example. They want to show young Liberians that studying abroad there is power in returning home. The skills that they gain overseas could transform Liberia from the inside out. Now let's discuss the advantages of Liberian youth returning. Skill development. When the youth of Liberia, like Kiman and Bobo, return, they bring skills that are critically needed for development. Like Liberia healthcare system, for example. Liberia has faced shortages in trained medical professionals and resources for years. Returning youth can bridge these gaps, creating better services and infrastructure. Economic growth. by building businesses, clinics, and other services, returning Liberian can create jobs and stimulate the economy. Kima and Baba Clinic, for instance, will not only provide health care, but also create jobs for nurses, administrative staff, and other support workers, helping to reduce the unemployment issues in Liberia. Cultural continuity. Returning youth can preserve and revise Liberia's cultural heritage by sharing it with their children and future generations. Kima and Bubba's children raised in America will learn to appreciate the Liberian roots and in turn keep those traditions alive in Liberia. Inspiration and hope. When young people see potential professionals like Kima and Bubba returning, it creates a ripple effect. It tells other youth that there is hope in rebuilding. The Liberia future is worth investing in, and that every small step counts toward a stronger and resilient nation. Now, what are the disadvantages of Liberian youth failing to return? The first thing we counter is brain drain. When educated remains abroad, Liberia loses on essential skills. This brain drain means that critical areas, the healthcare, education, and technology, continues to lag behind, making it harder for Liberians to compete globally or provide basic services to its citizens. Dependency on foreign aid. Without skilled professionals, Liberia continues to rely heavily on international organizations to meet essential needs. These, this dependency can limit the nation's ability to become self-sustaining and to make decisions that are truly in the best interest of Liberia and its citizens. Loss of cultural identity. With each generation choosing to stay abroad, Liberia risks losing more of its cultural heritage. A lack of connection to Liberia can make it harder for future generations to feel rooted and invested in Liberia's progress. When skilled Liberians don't return, the chance to strengthen local industry, develop infrastructure, and foster innovation is missed. Liberia development will be stunted as the country struggles to recover from the past conflict. And so, to all my listeners, especially those young Liberians studying abroad, Kima and Bubba's story is a reminder of the power of coming home. Liberia's future depends on the dedication and skills of its youth. People like you who are willing to come back and give back. Everything you have learned, you should be willing to come back with everything you have learned. You should be willing to come back with everything you have worked for to invest in the land that shape your identity. Imagine a Liberia with state-of-the-art hospital, thriving business, and strong economy, all built by Liberians who dare to return. This isn't just about building Liberia. It is about honoring the legacy of those who came before us. It is about giving the next generation of Liberians a reason to be proud of being Liberians. Remember, you are Liberia's future, and the future starts with you. Like Kima and Bobo, Choosing to come home and make a difference is the only choice you have. Thank you for joining us on this Coffee View. Until next time, let's continue to shape a brighter tomorrow for Liberia together.